more Gintama? What could go wrong? That's usually how I go into these episodes, but then by the midway point, yeah, everything falls apart, doesn't it? And if you were paying attention, then the light that you can see from the window behind me has changed, probably. So what has not actually been any time for you has been quite a bit for me. Hopefully there isn't going to be any story I forget. But joking aside, Gintama's pretty good, isn't it? Especially since I've only really gotten started. So, why not continue? It's good that you're talking in the third person already, and to the camera. So a third person, fourth wall break. I would say it's to be expected for Gintama, but to expect anything is a folly. And is there ever going to be a day when they actually gain the money to be able to pay the rent? I'm sure at some point they'll get out of the hole that they've dug themselves in, because I'm sure they're actually going to somewhat progress, at least as characters, if not in the story. It's great when I can only recognise about 2 words in each line of the song. And then I have to trust that the translation is actually correct. It's more likely that I doubt my own abilities than I doubt the translator, though. Which is probably wrong. And are they annoyed that they weren't part of that? So they're well disciplined then. That might get their attention. What is their repair bill if they do that every time? Are they all just... Oh no, they're actually listening now. They're a bit singed. Zura Janai. Are there other... I think I said in the last one, but are there other underbelly organisations that are dabbling in various underhanded deals, selling weaponry and maybe even human trafficking and whatnot? Hmm. Wait, what? He's awake, he's awake. Yeah, just because it's Sunday doesn't mean crime stops. But if he sees superior... I think, yeah, some discipline is in order. They might need to... Wait, Frog Guy? retrain some of their hirees. Is it the same frog guy from the last episode? Or am I just being a bit of a bigot by thinking they all look the same? He's training hard. I feel like HR isn't a thing in this world, is it? So who paid for this protection if he's going to flaunt it? Is he going to be the type that is going to get dromedary? It's a camel, is it? So he took the bullet for him. Is he going to be any more graceful now? Nope. You can't kill the one that you're sworn to protect. I mean, you can. Does the Splinter group hold the same ideals? Are they going to take their duty a bit more seriously now that their commander has been incapacitated? Unfortunately, that is the job that you took on. You don't have to like the people that you work for. So they're aware of the issues. Was it protect I can't remember his name, Kondo? It seems to be a way of the world for people here where they get misplaced and lose their homes. Quite a good little speech. And, we've seen that by him having to. Yeah! Oh, okay then, that's fine. Oh, it was gone up. But yes, if they are, if they get known for doing these kind of acts to the people they are hired to protect, I don't think that's going to come across as very good for them. What makes them think that he won't die from this? Even after taking a bullet, he can command. And can't they see that the guy that they came to kill is being burned at the stake? Sure, they shouldn't get involved in that and implicate themselves further. Yep. When you can't be asked to answer a question, pretend you're asleep. What kind of advice was that? Right. Why is it that these kids are having some sort of turf war? Or at least he's gonna be a somewhat of a good sized meal. Would you want to go against her? Yeah, but it didn't seem like you were overly bothered anyway. Is she going to share the? Is she still eating jerky? Yeah, who is she? Pointing to the big old building. And if that is where she comes from, why is she here alone? Well, no, I don't believe in that because it's got, historical importance. Yeah, and how many of them are self proclaimed titles? I guess that's one way of going about it. Well, being having thicker clothing should protect them somewhat, at least give them a bit of protection if they're in the line of fighting. Keeping him on his toes. Yeah, you might want to leave the vicinity, civilians. You just tore the arms off. Oh, I wonder indeed. Well, when you've completely lost your relevance that you once had, but still being somewhat confined because of your role as a princess, of course she's going to try and slip out. If she gets drawn in by just a party, she deserves to be captured. And this is where she spends her days. Of course, Kagura. Surprised that they have like Gallagher and other arcades. Even if it was just for one day, the she should enjoy this, shouldn't she? Is anyone allowed to visit the castle? Wonder what the security is actually like. It's not been a full day yet, has it? She's already gone against them several times, so yeah. Once again, this isn't anything new. Hopefully, this isn't going to be another one of those guys looked like he was being pushed over the railings. Don't bring out a rocket launcher. You can't shoot the princess. Yeah, of course. You okay? Being a sniper doesn't mean that she'll be protected from the blast radius. Oh well. She's used to living like this, so yeah. Well, she's implicated now anyway. One thing that these ones have going for them is that they hold their promises, don't they? How is this going to play out? Hmm. Having her first female friend, maybe? How nice. Yeah, but she didn't like it though, did she? And didn't want it to grow on her. Well done, Gintoki. Well, wrong reasoning, but sure. At least you cut through it. I'm surprised she didn't have any. Well, she probably has bigger versions of the photo. It's quite a nice pinny you're wearing. Can't truly go wrong with rice. It's just rice and an omelette. Of course, the best way to get motivated, being threatened. With a knife, you can't eat the surface area, the counter, the chopping board. That might be a bit too fine. Also, with a wooden sword, that's kind of impressive. This week on Cooking with Gintoki. Yeah, if you're not going to explain it to the audience. How do you accidentally make a completely different dish? Yeah, it was kind of your fault for letting her anywhere near the ingredients. It is good to be prepared. Quick, roll credits. That is just as improbable as completely making a different dish. How do you burn something to that degree and still think it's edible? How do you not put it off the heat long before it reaches that stage? What? I'm scarred. There was it the rain charms that she had hanging up there by the window? It is canon in my head right now that that duck is the one singing. Yeah. It's not the worst thing I've seen. It's definitely confusing, though. If I remember correctly, its name is what, Elizabeth or something? Kind of strange that it would be like a first meeting other than in opening credits and the little splash screen at the ending. There'd be an entire song thing revolving around that as the visuals. But also, this episode once again focuses on elements of life and taking it in a jovial tone. It's someone that has so many responsibilities on their shoulders and wants to just get away from it and live a normal-ish life. Obviously they can't. And also, a great message, I think, is you don't have to like the guy you work for. And I'm not saying anything about that in case I damage my future hiring prospects. Of course, this being Gintama means that there's going to be another one shortly. Hopefully, actually shortly this time. And so, if you've enjoyed, please let me know down below in the comment section, liking the video or subscribing to the channel. And if you don't trust YouTube, you can always join on to the Discord server that I have, because there will always be an update whenever I release a video on there. So, make sure you take care of yourself and get some rest, so that I can see you in the next one. I want to thank all of you out there for watching along to this point in the video. If you've managed to do that, you've made me one happy boy. But of course, if you want to go the step above, then you can join on to the Patreon, such as these amazing people, especially Florida Sal, Raywin, Dynamet1997, and Luis Almanza. And with that, once again, my friends, I will have to bid you adieu. As always, thank you.